So Dan,
Weird.
overrated, underrated. Heinz ketchup.
Underrated.
You're a friend.
Okay.
You're a friend of the show, Dan. You are a
Okay.
friend. You
Friend
are
of the
a
show.
friend of the
I
show,
love
Dan.
ketchup. I had some this morning.
Yeah.
You are a friend.
I used to go to
got you.
Heinz Field, so that's my whole. That's it. I'm done. Yeah.
Okay.
Classic.
That's awesome. Mize, the Mazda Miata, overrated, underrated.
Overrated. It's specifically exists for one purpose, and that's so past their prime, single, divorced men can have something to sit in. Yeah.
Well,
Sounds
can I add a thing to that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It is for older men past their prime who can't afford a nicer roof down convertible.
Right.
It's
like,
literally
I
you
want a
can't
Jaguar,
afford.
but I can. Yeah.
You can't afford an old Alfa Romeo or an old Ferrari or an old or a Mercedes. Like you want that. You want to think that you're Jack Nicholson getting out of Studio 54, and instead you look like a Barbie doll with no hair. So that's kind of the issue with that. Anyway,
Getting out of
that's
your
not my
Mazda
turn.
Miata.
But go ahead.
Sebas, puffy
Yeah.
jackets, overrated, underrated.
Underrated. I think they look cool. I wouldn't wear it, but they look cool.
I got one, man. I fuck with them.
You
know?
do? Yeah, because you're like skin
I
and bones. You can't be fat like
That's
me and
very
wear
true.
puffy jacket. Doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I look like a marshmallow.
That's
Yeah,
that's
Mich-
very
Mich-
true.
jacket.
Michelin man.
Yeah, I look like the marshmallow inside of an actual s'more. It's not a good look.
Dan, the Super Bowl, overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Ooh, that's a hot take right there. 20
I-
million people disagree with
Boring.
you.
I don't even.
No,
care.
100
I'm
million.
not. I'm not
100
even like.
million.
I'm like barely a sports guy. I'll
Same.
watch if it's like a good game. Like I'll watch any sport as long as it's like going to be kind of interesting. But half the time it's not, in my opinion. But I'm just not. That's just not my thing as much. I do baseball and sometimes football. You know. But if I go to a game, going to a game is totally different. If you have tickets to the Super Bowl, it's going to be awesome. But if you're watching it on TV, I don't know. It can be boring.
Can I
That's all I
tag on to that real quick? I've found, especially in most recent years in NFL playoffs, that the games leading up to the Super Bowl were way better than the Super Bowl itself.
I bet
Actually,
that's yeah.
Last Super Bowl was so fucking boring, but we had like historically great playoff games up until that point, like wild card and divisions and stuff. So, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do you watch NASCAR? You should watch NASCAR.
I don't.
just watch it. Just watch it recently. Just watch the
Okay.
last
Watch the
week.
last like race. It's all you really need
Okay.
to see.
Okay.
Can we not ruin another friend of mine? Jesus Christ.
NASCAR is sweet, man. Mize, bidets, overrated, underrated.
I don't have experience with it. I do think it's probably underrated.
I have experience. It's underrated.
The reason I say that is like it has so many benefits. For one, like you save paper, right? I feel like this is.
No,
I'm
you
just
still
gonna,
need to
I'm
wipe your.
Yeah, but not as much, right?
No,
Like,
you need to
it's
dry
there.
your ass off. You can't walk around with a wet ass
Right,
all
but
day.
not
You
as
just get a
much,
wet wipe
right?
in there, bro. You just get a little wet wipe in there and you're good.
Not as much. It's saving paper.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
have-
And then
I'm
I
sorry.
think like I just don't have enough. My assumption is underrated. I'm rambling.
is.
My assumption
It's
is
underrated.
underrated.
So I have something real quick about that. So my buddy Rick once told me this. He goes, if a bird shits on your arm or something, you don't just take a piece of paper and like go like this until you're like, I don't see it anymore. You go and you wash your arm off.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
ever since he said that, I've been
Like,
ruined.
that makes so much
He's
sense.
like ruined
Makes so
me. I'm
much
like
sense.
now every time I go to the bathroom, I'm like I don't know. Anyways,
And
Use
that
like
makes
a
so
band.
much sense.
It
That makes
does.
so much sense.
All right,
Yeah.
Sebas, DMX, overrated, underrated.
That's tough. Can I say? Usually on these you can say perfectly rated. Can I say
Yeah,
that?
yeah, totally.
oh,
Perfectly rated.
Appropriately rated.
Appropriately rated.
Appropriately
DMX,
rated. Yeah.
appropriately rated.
I love DMX, but he's not underrated. That's a little crazy to
That's
say.
you gotta be.
But yeah, perfectly rated. He's not overrated.
All right.
Perfectly rated.